What's up, people? So I got my daughter's car in here. She's got a 06 Aveo, and she's having some problems with it. At idle, it's running rough. When you put it in a drive and you come to, say, a stoplight or a stop sign, it starts shaking and stumbling a little bit. It doesn't stall, but it's just the idle's really rough. It's throwing an engine light, and the hold light is blinking on and off. And the code that I'm getting is the P0300, which, from doing research, is a pain in the butt to diagnose, because it can be multiple things, because it's just a random misfire. So first off, let me show you what the car is doing. Alright guys, so I'm sitting inside her car. I'm going to start it up. And I had the battery disconnected because I was working on it last night, so it's not going to show the engine light or the hold button because everything reset itself. But you'll still hear some of the symptoms of the rough idle and everything. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. You can hear that rough idle. And it gets worse. It gets worse when you put it in a drive. It like surges and just a rough idle. So last night when I was trying to diagnose this, I went through, I popped the top off here, and I went through and checked for any spark from the spark plug wires. I actually pulled the spark plugs out, and this is what they looked like. So it looks like it's definitely was running a little lean. You can see some oil leaked down into the spark plug. And all four of them look the same. So there's all four of them. So I replaced the spark plugs. I put AC Delcos back in. I replaced the coil pack. I cleaned the EGR valve right there. Pulled that out, cleaned that. I did a quick check for any vacuum leaks. I used I had the car running, and I just sprayed some carb cleaner in various places where the hoses are to see if there's any change in the idle, which would lead me to believe that there's a vacuum leak. So next thing I'm going to do is come in here and I'm going to check the idle air control on the back of the throttle body, which, if you guys can see that, get some light in here. That's this right here. It's held in with two Phillip head screws on the throttle body. So I'm gonna pull that off and see what that looks like. If it needs to be cleaned, clean it, and hopefully that'll clear up this P0300 misfire I'm getting, and the car start running smoother. Alright, so I'm gonna show you real quick how I disassembled this to get to the IAC valve. There's a hose band right here. I just loosened it up. It's a flathead screwdriver. I disconnected this vent tube that goes from the valve cover. Just pull that out. And I disconnected this plug for the sensor. All you do is push the spring-loaded bar down and it pops right off. And then I unscrewed, there's 3 bolts that hold this air filter lid on. Unscrewed those, and then the assembly came right out. And I did this because it makes it a little easier to get to the idle air control valve, which, like I said, is back there behind the throttle body right here, which I already took off. It was actually pretty easy. It's just 2 Phillip head screws, and I just used a stubby screwdriver to get in there. and it came right off. And that's what it looks like once I removed it. Looks pretty dirty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this carbon choke cleaner, spray it down, try to clean it a little bit. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this toothbrush, spray a little bit of this carb cleaner on there, spray it. I'm gonna take this O-ring off so it doesn't get damaged. Put it off to the side. And I'm just gonna go in here with this brush, just clean it. Now what you can do, if you know this is your problem, instead of cleaning it, you can just go up to your local auto parts store and just replace it. That makes you feel better. But I'm just gonna go ahead and try to clean this. See how well that works. So like I said, with this P0300 code, it isn't really telling me what the problem is. It's just saying a random misfire, and pretty much I got to figure it out myself by doing process elimination. Make sure you don't spray any of it into your electrical. Dry out for a little bit before I reinstall it. I'm probably going to clean out the throttle body too. I'm not going to take it off, but I'm going to clean it while it's on the car, since I got everything apart anyways. Alright guys, so I wish I could have got this on camera, but after cleaning the idle air control valve, my next step was I was plugging it into the harness, and I was going to turn the ignition key on and off, and the little rod should move very slightly. And I was going to do that test to make sure that everything was working properly. So I went ahead and hooked up the sensor to the harness, went inside, just kind of propped it up like this, went inside the car, and was turning the key and was looking at this, and then the whole unit shot out. Spring, the top part of it and everything just shot out. I do not know where it went. Somewhere in my garage. So, with that being said, I went up to my local auto parts store and I picked up a new one. And we're just going to go ahead and install the new one. And hopefully that fixes our problem, because I definitely don't think that that was supposed to happen. So I'm thinking that it was just worn. And if you look closely, the rod's threaded in there. And I was gentle when I cleaned it. You know, I just used a toothbrush. I didn't spin it or anything. But I just think that this is just worn out inside here. So hopefully I put the new one in. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some carb cleaner into the throttle body here, clean that out real good. Then we'll put everything back together and start it up, and hopefully that fixes the problem. And just to give you guys a look, this is what the new one looks like. Alright guys, I just put the new one in there. Like I said, it's just 2 screws, 2 Phillip heads. You don't have to tighten them down too hard. Make sure you use a good screwdriver, a stubby screwdriver with a good head on it, because you don't want to strip those out. Next, I'm just going to assemble everything back together, plug in all the harnesses, and we're going to start her up and see if that fixed the hesitation. Alright guys, I got everything buttoned up here. Plugged in the sensor here, plugged in the IAC sensor back there, put in the vent tube right here, and just locked everything down, and we're gonna fire it up and see what happens. We're gonna start it up, see if it worked. Keep your fingers crossed, 'cause I'm about tired of working on this damn car. Got the keys. Let's see what happens. Oh, seems like it's idling good. RPMs aren't jumping, you can't hear it misfiring at all. Let's put it in drive, because that's where it got the worst. Putting the brake on, put it in drive. Nothing. No hesitation, no surging or anything. There's the tach right there. Not moving or anything. So looks like that might have did it. No engine light, no hold button. I'm gonna take it for a ride, and we're gonna see what happens. Alright guys, so I just got back. I drove the car around for about an hour. No engine light, no hesitation, no problems. So with that being said, if you got this problem where it's a P0300, don't look over checking your IAC valve. I guess I'm surprised it didn't actually do a code just for that. Maybe there was multiple things that I had an issue with. Like I said, I slowly went through. I did the plugs, I did the wires. I cleaned the EGR valve, and I still had that hesitation. It wasn't as bad, but I still had the hesitation. Didn't clear it up totally. So once I cleaned up that, or actually replaced the IAC valve, it took care of everything. So car drives a lot better now, no hesitation. I hope this video helped you guys out, because that P0300 code is a pain in the butt, because it doesn't tell you exactly what it is. So you just got to go through with the process elimination and try to figure it out. I got this one figured out. Now I just got to replace the sway bar links on this car, and it should be good to go. So this video helped you guys out. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Post some comments in the bottom. Let me know what worked for you if you guys had this code. Talk to you guys later.